Hi, my name is Dorothy Kelty with Raccoon Alley Creations on YouTube, and I'm honored to be a part of the Make It March collaboration for March 2026, organized by Junk Journal with Joy. There's going to be information in the comments below this video that's going to have the names of all the kits that are being offered and the names of all the collaborators and what day they're going to be there. And I really encourage you to check out some of the other videos and stuff because we have some great, creative, wonderful crafters in this group. Okay, so the Make It March collaboration, the kit that I chose to use is from the Serendipitous Crafter, and it's called Growing into March. And again, in the comments, you'll find where you can get this journal for yourself. This is all the crafters involved and their YouTube channels. Now, all this will be below, so this is going to be a lot of fun, a lot of great things. Some of us are going to be on there twice. Oh, these two pages are the same. Well, okay. I thought I did put out the other ones, so just know that the people will be below. Okay? Now, what I am making is a kind of a flip journal. Okay? So it's going to be flip back and forth like this, and I haven't finished putting it together because I want to show you how it's done. But so we're going to have the cover, and the covers have been reinforced with cardboard, and then it's going to flip like this, like this, like this, okay? And then I think one more page like this, and then this will flip like this. Whoops. So it's an infinity journal. It's made out of the envelopes. What I'm planning to do is cut open the tops of all these envelopes. So this will be pockets that things can be put on. I'm going to use it for storage of collaged postcards that I'm making. Okay, so there's going to be, let me show you, you can use, to make this infinity journal, you can use regular envelopes like this and keep, doing them the same way, and they will flip. You could use envelopes that are already made and that are bought like this. So you would just lay them out and glue the pages, the different envelopes together, and then they're going to fold over and flip just like the one I just showed you. Okay, let me show you how I made these envelopes. Okay, I actually went to the trouble of getting the measurements for one my size. Okay, I did not start out by trimming the edges off of these. I only trimmed off the edges that were going to show as I needed them. Okay, and I have here the measurements. Okay, so this is where we're going to score to make this happen. So this is 11.5 and 8.5 sheet of paper, so just regular size paper. This is a little bit heavier than the cheapest cardstock, but it's still just, or not cardstock, copy paper, but it's still just copy paper. And I'll show you what I'm going to do. Now along the 11-inch side, I'm going to go to 3 1/4. This is to make the size that I decided to want. It doesn't have to be this way, of course. And then I'm going to go down to 7 3/4 and go right there. And then I'm going to turn this, and this needs to be on the left side is the top of your page. Okay, that needs to be the top, and we're going to come 1 1/4 inches down and score it. And then we'll come over also to 7 3/4. Now what that gives us, and let me just show you on this one that I've already been scored and inked, so you could see the lines. This is the page, okay, is this top part. This is going to be the flap that folds over, and this is going to be what seals the bottom of the envelope. Now what I need to do is to cut out this place. I'm going to cut out the 4 corner positions, those 4. And the way I'm doing this, I find it's easier to cut from the outside in. Now, the line is here. I want to go slightly above the line because I don't, and then come down to where it meets right here, because I don't want them to like overlap and stick out. Okay, so we'll start with these, and I'll do these 4. And then this one. Like that. Okay, and now this is the bottom of the pocket. This is this part here that's going to fold up. So I can make these more slanted if I want to, because it's going to come up over the bottom. So I'm going to go like that. Now on this one, I'm going to come straight on these, but I want to be inside the line here, the folding line, okay? And so we'll go inside the line here. So it's maybe a tiny bit slanted, but not very much. Now the reason I'm doing that is because what I like to do is round these corners. Whoops. Before I round the corners, I'm going to cut off the little white edges on these. I got a new computer and it isn't happy printing edge to edge like the old computer did. I haven't spent any time figuring it out. So now I've trimmed the white on the top and the bottom. You also could ink it, seal it, or whatever. When this comes around and comes in here, okay, so on these lines, one of these is going on top, and you don't want that one to have the white line. So I'm just going to cut down this one side. Okay. Now the way this particular page is, it actually has some kind of white that it goes in there. Okay. Now what I did on mine, because I'm going to be putting cardboard collaged postcards are fairly heavy. Because it's going to be fairly heavy, I took some washi tape and let me make sure I'm on camera, and I reinforced where these folds are in the middle just to strengthen them a little bit. If you use cardstock, you wouldn't have to do this. I reinforced the bottom. On this, like this. So you can see I'm just putting it out there and then leaning it back and cutting it. Well, I was a little sloppy with that cut, so I will have to trim that anyway. Trying to keep it so that I don't have to trim it. So there we go. Put this right down here. Pull it back from the edge. There we go. Now I'm going to burnish this down a little bit. You can use the side of your scissors. You can use a credit card. And I'm going to go down here where this stuck over just a little bit and trim that. Okay, so now these need to be folded up again. So I can see the creases. You probably can't, but I can see the creases there. I don't care if this washi tape is centered and stuff, because it's on the inside of the envelope and nobody's going to see it but me. Okay, so now I'm going to fold whatever side I trimmed on top, and then this is going to go up. So I think I'm going to go ahead and trim this a little more. I think that's more white than I want. Okay, Now, when I have a flap like this is like a coin envelope, of course. When I have a flap like this that I want to glue down, so there's the bottom side and the top side. And what I do is I run the glue along this edge here, like that, and then along this outside edge. So what this means is the two outside edges are secured. Okay, so let's put that down. Okay, too much glue. Let's just rub it off. Rub, rub, rub. This is one of the good things about Fabri-Tac is that you can do that, okay? Now I'm going to take this bottom flat. This is going to be glued up. And then the top one will be left open, okay? So that's the way we do that. Now, how do we line it up to put it together? Well, as I said, you're kind of, the next one is going to be glued here, like this. But you want it to be flat. You want it to be even and stuff so it looks pretty. So what I discovered is that if I go ahead and glue it back and get these four sides lined up, and then take the glue over this flap and put it over here. Okay, and now fold it over. There we go. So now we pull this one back. Okay, this goes here. This one is going to go here. So we'll put it like that. Now this one is going to get glued on here. And this is the end piece, so it's the one where I have the cardboard in it again. So once again, I am going to line this up so that it's even on these sides, and then this is going to fold up over it. So let's put the glue down here. Now I'm not going to put a closure on this just yet, but let me show you my journal now. Okay, so this is the front cover, opens up. Here we go. This one, this one, this one, this one. This one needs to be folded down. I don't think this flap is strong enough to make a good closure for it, and it doesn't take care of both sides anyway, so we'll just close this up again. Okay, it goes like this. Now it's going to go like this. This is opening up. This will go here. This is opening up. This here. This is opening up. And this here. And we're back to the front. So there you have the infinity journal. Now, there's different ways we can do this. And there's also, you have the places. Now, this one I closed with some washi tape. But I want to cover that up with something. And then the rest of these are also going to get some wear. So reinforcing those is going to be a good time, or a good idea. But I'm going to reinforce it with lace, okay? This will start being part of the decoration for it. I need a kind of lace that I have quite a bit of, and that is wide enough without being too wide. So I think that this will do the trick. Oh, sorry, my knee still bothers me. Okay, so we're gonna take my pin out, put it right here for now. Oh, no, we won't. We'll stick it right here for now. Okay, so I'm going to need quite a few pieces that are about this long, okay? And they can go over there. You want it to go over both sides of this. I'm going to take and cover up this tape because I don't like the way it looks. So I have some scraps left. Let's see if any of these are not big enough. If we just use this in the front of the back and use the smaller one in the rest of it, I think that's going to be okay. So let me cut this off. Cut off another one. Okay. Let me put some. I cut one of these envelopes. I didn't leave it flat the way I have most of these at the top. I tried to curve it down the way I would if you were going to slide something in sideways. And before I decided that that's not the way I want to do it. So this is going to be, it'll cover that up and add some reinforcements. Let's go to this back cover and put this down. So again, the fabric tack is good for gluing fabric and just about anything else, paper to paper, fabric to paper. It's a strong glue. It gives you a little bit of time to move things around, but not too much. Okay. Let me trim this one. I'm going to let these dry for just a second. Now, a lot of times when I'm working on something like this, that and I have something that's going to glue and I don't want to glue things together, I'll just take some wax paper, which I keep right down here, and I'll put the wax paper on it. And then I can fold it up and glue it and get it together and not worry about it gluing itself to the other. Now, let's take a look at, I think we want to do the same thing on these sides of the covers, just a little bit wider and a little bit more coverage, not really. And that way, like I say, I reinforce the covers by slipping some cardboard inside. So that will help to let it go. I don't know, maybe I should have chosen wide elastic all the way around. Let's go to this one, and let's put this on this side. Now these could be left completely alone, the way they are. You know, just open up the tops so that you can put the cards inside if you wanted to do that. Or they could be, you can decorate them all. Now, I think that having some journaling space is a good idea. So taking something that could be used for journaling can be very good. Another thing that you could do is put pockets in them, and then you can stick in a card, excuse me, that could have some information in it. Now there's a couple of, if you look at this paper here, this one can go on here, and it would be good enough to write on. You can write on this. So I think I'm going to do that. So why? Now remember, these were just about 6.5 inches. So I could actually just measure these. I like this rough edge. I'm not trying to follow the edges, the torn edges exactly. I'm just kind of going along with it. You can see here that I cut some things off, but it still gives you that rough edge feeling. And then, let me cut this one off. This one starts out straight. Now we go. Oh, nice. Okay, so now if I take this, even this one could be a nice journaling spot here. So, but I'm going to take this one here. It's going to go about this high. And what I'm going to do this time is take my torn edge ruler, and I'm going to rip it. Okay, now I can take this one. Now when you're trying to tear along an edge that is very small, it's easier to put the ruler on it, if you can get it flat, and then have the bigger piece, because you've got more. You have to push down really hard on the ruler, okay? But that gives you the rough edge, okay? Now, how big do I want this? I want this to go about to here. So let's do this again. It can be smaller rather than larger. Okay, now another thing that I'm not going to get too upset about is if these edges are not exactly straight. They're torn edges. So if they're not exactly straight, it's going to be good. Okay, so there, this can go just right like that. Where is this? Maybe over a little bit. Okay, so let me get some glue on the back of this. These papers are so beautiful. They don't need a lot of embellishment, I don't think, but and the pages would make a beautiful journal, wouldn't they? So there we go, right over there. There we go. And then what I'm going to do as well is not on the edges here. Let me trim this off. Okay, whoops. Boy, do I cut crooked. Okay, along the top here, where I want the cards to go in, I'm gonna take and just cut off the tiniest of slits along here. Okay, so now I have a place. This is reinforced on both sides with washi tape. And so now I can take a card. How did I get? Aha! I didn't double check when I glued those bottom pages together, and a little bit of glue leaked out. But now I can take a collage postcard like this one, and it can, I hope, if I measured right. I don't think I cut it open all the way. I didn't cut it open all the way over here either. Okay, so now the postcard can just slip in here, and it'll be a storage for my collage postcard. Now definitely when I've got these lines here on this, I'll want to cover that up with something and make it pretty. But there we have my, whoops. Do not tell me I put that in upside down. Aha, okay. I'm going to take a little pencil and put a T here as soon as we're done. But anyway, I'm going to come back and finish decorating this. You'll see me on I think it's the 18th, but you can look at the schedule and see. And you can, we'll finish this up and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Thank you so much for joining me and for joining Junk Journal with Joy for this collaboration. Again, all the information is going to be below. Check back with us and see what all is being created with these lovely papers. Thank you.